you would imagine so. And from Mirage coming out, it's difficult to kind of not read the map pools, but to read the data and to read the stats, because both teams haven't really played a lot recently. And when it comes to Fnatic, they've only had that one win over FaZe in the last 3 months. This is a chance to turn that into 2 and turn this victory into a 2-0 to make their way into LAN. Starting things off in the pistol round, we will see a smoke and a kit to come through for Calyx. Over on that T side, it is going to just be Alex with some util.
So out towards that mid position, WOXİC with the P2K standing by. IMORR set in as WOXİC tries to make his way up and out to position. Looking on to hope for Fnatic's aggression, but so far so little has been gained. It's very carefully placed here on the pistol default.
That's an interesting setup for Eternal Fire. They're playing 4 on B. I'm not sure what's giving them the indication, because Issa's seen a jiggle peek out from ramp and a jiggle from Palace. They still haven't rotated anyone back to A.
Tag up, Jakino. Initially shot on the shoulder by Issa, trying to look for that kill in the end. Is going to get forced back. 86 and 82 HP for those teams, individuals respectively. Maybe just going to wait back here and hold on for contact. 60 seconds, and the Fnatic side are going to try form up here. Go back towards that A play, get that bomb out of apps, and leave one lurker.
You'd have to imagine that Issa's got to play passive. There's no real way that he can contain a fight. Crims might be the late lurk to go underpass or out from the apartments once they get that bomb down on A.
40 seconds, Alex going to wait here. Flashbang in to allow his teammates to peek. Issa, eyes set, sees several, can't land those kill shots, still struggling against Jakino now out the Palace. Tag to 23, forced to fall back out of position. Xantares coming up to try to get his headshots in. The bomb will go down. Great flick towards Mezzi. That's the start. Drawing first blood, but needing a little bit more out of this. Jakino and Alex are still being tagged up relatively low here, but Issa and Xantares are the low HP players of the CT side, and they're so much lower than their own right. Xantares getting even more picks, makes it a triple out. Crims caught off with a quadra, and Xantares goes massive to allow the pistol to go the way of Eternal Fire.
Well, for Fnatic, they get the bomb down. They go into an open A bomb site. They've got Crims as a late lurkin from underpass. And really, in terms of entries, they don't really get any at all. The only damage really coming through for the CT side comes through from Xantares. Great sequence out from that Palace position. And for Fnatic, they will be buying it up, getting those Galils forward. That was a great start, though, for the Turkish team.
Fnatic. Galil's in, of course, on the force buy with the bomb plant bonus involved. Xantares is going to try and aggress in and continue his hot streak into the second round. Great spray does damage, but not enough to get a kill on either Brolin or Jakino.
Yeah, that's a lot of chip damage coming in. They'll be disappointed they weren't even able to find a pick off it, though. Fnatic just starting to work out their mid-default. Calyx thinking about jump spotting out for the apartments. Wallbang does some damage, even further.
Crims wasn't expecting that. Calyx won't know about the damage just yet. Meanwhile, WOXİC working out towards the Palace position. Nice tag on towards Mezzine. Not ready for Alex to swing out with Galil enough to get the kill. Can't see the CT player behind Ticket Booth, obviously, but a 5v3 gotten by Fnatic. And they can work into whichever side they want to. They're relatively passive.
Yeah, Alex did a massive amount of that on the first map, and while it wasn't always hugely successful, it was the style of play of just walking out, catching them off guard, and you'd have to imagine that this round is pretty much already over. Issa's got to get a multitude of frags out from CT if they want to win this when knowing they've got 2 players on the B side.
45 seconds, Alex keeping his eyes set ahead. Bottom plant about to be attempted by Fnatic. Issa can't really deny it. Lurk out towards mid control for Crims. Could cut off the likes of IMORR if he's not careful. Alex got to keep his eyes set towards this angle. Is he ready for a player to be back at Ticket Booth is the big question. Bomb plant will be secured. Alex covers off the entry. Brolin gets another kill back on Alex. Calyx, I should say. Alex actually gets IMORR. No TKs for Fnatic in this map as of right now. That could all be changing very soon, however. 1-1 on the board. Eternal Fire down to the full reset.
Yeah, excellent round. Can't falter at all from Fnatic. Work the mid-pick, working together as a unit, walk out on A, and when they've got the 5v3, you can see the way that the distraction's being pulled with that bomb plant going down. Alex with the off angle catches off the CT player of Issa, and the backstab, a more slightly checked top mid. He went up to have a look, didn't extend all the way to be able to spot out Crims, and for Fnatic, they returned back without losing any casualties.
On fire to force the issue back for round number 3, of course. The scout in for WOXİC has already found a tag on Alex. To 29 points of HP, he'll go. Easy to get the kill later on in the trade game for Eternal Fire. For right now, just playing around the defaults, hoping that Fnatic can make some mistakes here. Pretty passive again. No mid control at all for the CT side.
They do have that one jiggle peeker of IMORR up from that short position, putting more entities down on the A site itself in terms of numbers. And more thinking of creeping forward of that molly. He's going to have a lot of T-Prize presence to deal with.
Shot on, takes that first kill of Alex, swings back for a bit more, sees those next two players, they're caught off blinded by the flashbangs that were providing assistance towards the short control, but IMORR can't hold on forever, and he does go down in the end, a 4-on-4. Galil back up, Roland caught off by Issa on the drive-by, and the HP numbers for Fnatic are abysmal. Crims can get a kill back, needs to win against Calyx, and barely does turn the man advantage back their way, but this is so winnable for Eternal Fire.
I don't even know how Crims got that second kill out from the balcony position. He should have been a dead man for that. And Xantares and Issa, this is seriously on.
Gotta be careful to get up the ghost towards this short angle. He's grabbing them 4, takes his fight against Crims, wins it 2v2. 17 HP total across 2 players of Fnatic. Mezzi still swings out, finds Xantares with the deagle, and now Issa's got to be avoided at all costs. The M4 doesn't even need a headshot. It can't be a hand cannon scenario here. He will look to back away, save the weapon. And we take some more players away from Fnatic, make it a very expensive round indeed. Did see Mezzi crossing out of here. They saw Issa as well. As long as they don't go through Murder Hole, they'll be fine as Fnatic. We'll take the second.
And that was an incredibly risky play to come through from Mezzi. At the same time, it was one that was needed. When they're both low HP and they're in a 2v2 situation, if they just stay hidden on the side, Eternal Fire, if they're not going to get contact, they're just going to start pushing through, and it's going to make things even more difficult. So instead, swing out, look to take the fight. Give yourself that 2v1, force in the save, which is exactly what happened for Issa. And Fnatic, they'll look at that one. They'll be happy they won the rounds, right? That was so down to the wire, though.
Up in the lead for Fnatic for now, so in the terms of the scoreline, they could be happy. The money line might have to recover off the back of this eco, though. Keep the Kevlar in for Issa and pass off the CZ to Xantares. Slight upgrade in terms of the eco basis. The P2Ks and USPs other than that should, on paper, be a decent round for Fnatic, and a pretty simple one at that. Issa and Xantares will be the main 2 players to watch out for. If Fnatic can deal with those, and that'll be an easy round.
Very patient. Very silent coming through for the Fnatic side. Finally starting to use some of that util out from the window and top cold position. And for Eternal Fire, they're not stacking up in this round.
Smokes on Alex, looking to face Calyx, caught off blinding. Easy flash, easy kill. Chikino credited with the frag as Bolin finds IMORR as well. 5 versus 3, P2K tapping. Imagine that maybe the M4 might look to save off the back of this team. Xantares and WOXİC could try and commit. They could get some exits. Keyword there being could. Actually, Issa held out towards ladder room, finds Alex. So an unexpected frag against Fnatic. Another rifle that can get picked up by the CT side, and then from there, that might well be the safe call.
Honestly, this is a decent eco for Eternal Fire. Being able to save in an extra rifle and keep a couple of players with Kevlar in, you'll be happy with that one. A slight aggressive duel being taken for Chikino out from market, trying to see if he can hunt any of those last players. Doesn't quite push forward to do so. And when you think about it, for Fnatic's position to get this game forward, they're going to have another Swede that's already in the event, Dignitas, that qualified through a couple of days ago. And Endpoint for Mezzi. He used to play for them. They made their run as well.
So some former teams currently making their moves up to the main tournament. Opportunity for these guys to face off against them, perhaps. Never know, really. Only time can tell. For now, Fnatic are currently in full control. 3-1. They look to be the ones to make their way up into the main event. And still very early doors on this map up, but with the way that they're playing, again, it starts to echo some of that mid-game from Vertigo. Eternal Fire have the guns out, however. This can be the real challenge for Fnatic.
That could just be simple set piece. Keep it quite down and bone. Eternal Fire going to have that rotate of WOXİC with the AWP out from CT. He's going to have to get smoked or at least flashed.
Flashes over, WOXİC and Issa involved. Issa can get that one frag. Tag up on Mezzi is extremely low, so Xantares will find a trade back in the end. Drop that bomb in the open. Chikino or pick. Issa's still a known entity towards Dark. Going to reposition back to the site, and Crims has no idea. Frag on a 3-on-2. Eternal Fire knowing that they can just hold back the Crossfire on this A site and win the round by default.
That great relocation coming through from Issa and getting support in from both WOXİC and Xantares in terms of the crossfires being set and the distraction pulled away. And seeing that bomb control may even be able to find another in the round.
Ooh, Molotov's in the incendiary. Alex gets the kill on Issa. Molotov back to the site could also be handy, but he gets caught by Calix. 8 points of HP for Alex. Needs Yakino here. Needs that AWP to strike, because now he's a dead man. It's all in the orbiter clutch it, missing that first shot. And denied anything else in the round.
Yeah, very clever for Alex to put that molly down to the default position so he can't get swung on quite wide to his Tetris area and knows that he wants to take a fight onto Calix straight away. A lot of damage coming through, that AWP not connecting, Eternal Fire get up to the second, and for Fnatic, money is looking decent. So Messi's going to be able to drop an AWP over to his teammate, they'll be able to get the buy forward. In terms of the reset though, both teams with the money in the reserve is quite low.
Warp set in towards that mid position, WOXİC. Another opening kill for Eternal Fire, tagged up early is Fnatic. Can't hold on, damage done. Shots continue to ring out. Grim's trying to work inland against the CT side, trying to catch off a kill on the B side that could open it up. Fnatic might have faced a little bit of early contact, but again, they're playing the slow and careful route on these defaults, and it will work out. Crims finds IMORR, doesn't reface.
They work the timing to perfection, and for Calix, all of his attention is now being drawn up. Eyes on the short position is completely exposed for the CT, so Fnatic have got a line in and splitting B.
Tries to make his way up here, doesn't attempt to play it back at a site, still turns around for the 2K. Stolen away by Jakino's AWP play, and that'll be a 5 versus 2 overall for Fnatic. Leaving Brodon alone to lurk out towards Connect to try catch these exit frags, remove these players from play. Even Mezzi's pulling in towards CT spawn. Shot in, WOXİC dead, Issa 1 on 5. Does get caught by Mezzi, tagged to 1 point of health. They go hunting, he's done.
Now, do they want to go hunting? Because they'll know they did a lot of damage onto him. Economy is still low on this T side. They can't afford to lose any more players. There is a hunt coming through from that T-spawn area. Issa just evades the window. There is still a fair bit of time left on that bomb.
Flashes in. Yeah, it's Brolin. Frag found. Issa dead. Nice and easy, Fnatic. Removing all rifles from play from Eternal Fire. Have to rethink their strategy going into round 7. 4-2, the T side. Should be up against a pretty basic eco, if not a half buy at best.
You can really see the potential in terms of Alex's calling in this team. The way that they get the top con smoke in and split B, and Eternal Fire just have no idea. They've got absolutely no information that any short play can come in. And even when that setup comes through, that Alex gets the opening kill and Jakino too, they've still got a lurk of Brolin and Mezzi to try and cut rotates.
Simple enough affairs here for Fnatic to deal with this next round. Nothing too majorly deep in tactics. Easily picked up against the pistols. Of course, already the frag coming in for Crims to get a bit leery with 19 HP left on him. Now Calix seen there by Brolin. To get a bit of pressure as he didn't quite connect the entire flick. Knows that IMORR's down at underpass. Must recognise that someone's out there towards the sniper's nest. And they peek together to actually get a triple face and get the kill.
B is open for some time in the round. But Crim's just getting jiggled out, so they'll know that the AWP is still in play. Eternal Fire just bringing rotates back over to the A site. And, I mean, they're gambling, right? They don't really know what the situation is.
Probably should get the AK back into that site to save it, or Xantares will set up to the B site defensive. He's heard all these footsteps, so he now knows that they're out in the apartments, and they'll rotate another couple of players in to go ahead and join him. The third man's going to be a little bit late to the party, though. Xantares might have to do the heavy lifting on his lonesome, and he gets that one kill. Mezzi gets dinked up by Calix, but Calix still goes down to Jakino. 3 on 2. Heavy damage sustained by the T side line. No one's covering Jakino directly. Okay, Mezzi is actually on short, so he was looking the right way at the right time. IMORR, CZ, trying to look for a gun out. Gets caught by Crims. No weapon saved here for Eternal Fire. Alright, Eco, a couple casualties. Nothing major against Fnatic.
A great looking kill distribution in for Fnatic. 4 players on 5 kills. Mezzi on 4, who was able to fight a triple, and or a double, I should say, in that last round that was very vital. Eternal Fire. WOXİC, he's had the AWP in his hands a couple of times now. He's yet to get started on Mirage.
0 and 5. This could be his moment right here. Distracted with control. Oh, what a flick towards Brolin. Moment we talk about him, the moment he gets the opener. Right frag, the flicker rings out. Kino watching in for WOXİC, takes his shot back, and the CT player gets back out of dodge, looks back in towards Palace. They know that he's there at connector, so Mezzi's not going to take his face in, will not try and take the contact on that individual.
As Antara's peeking in from mid just before that smoke blooms, he doesn't see anyone. Top mid boxes up on that short position, so his indication of mid being clear isn't quite correct.
Oh, Issa read by Mezzi. Jump face may have caught him at the gap there at the ladder. It's 4v4 as a result of his efforts in the blind spray, whether it be information fueled or otherwise, will lead to the even man standing, but not for long. Zentaris tagged to 23, gets away with a frag back on Alex, removes him from the mid control. Crims drops the IMORR. WOXİC looking to use his ult for good here on the Palace angle, misses his chance. Mezzi gets his headshot, domes him, smoke back towards connector jungle. Zentaris still there at CT as the bomb makes its way up the site. Can it be denied by the main man of Eternal Fire? Molotov's back, AK looking in, he's got to get this straight together. Mezzi looking the wrong way, still gets Zentaris, still gets a second, not quite a third. It's a 1v1.
A great sequence to press forward and just apply as much pressure as possible out to CT. Jakina going to go over to the AK. Calyx hearing that.
He knows where he's coming from, got to check the side. Oh, Calyx has the better read and catches Jakino off guard with the 2 dinks down to the M4 and a third round for Eternal Fire.
That's well played from Calyx, just to work on the edge of the smoke, get the read that Jakino's been able to pick up the AK and start repositioning on the side. Fnatic doing decent work to bring that round back. That's what, a 4 versus 2 advantage at one point for Eternal Fire, and Mezzi and Jakino just start seeing if they can bring it together. The buy back for the CTs still isn't going to look all that great, only because one player survived.
A heavy loss is taken, heavy hemorrhage of cash. Fnatic know this, of course. The bomb plant bonus will give them some money. Or pin for Jakino, AK's out. Standard stuff for Fnatic. The FAMAS limiting factor for Eternal Fire, but also no util on WOXÍC. Barely any util for Zentaris. High amount of potential in this round for Fnatic, and Eternal Fire might not be able to respond with much here. They're setting themselves out on the default again, looking towards mid and underpass control. Split play into A looks to be the setup.
It's the first time we've seen an aggressive ramp set up for Eternal Fire, so Fnatic might not expect this at all. This is something different.
Up in on WOXÍC. Rim's ready to take face. Again, it's slow. Again, it's considerate for Fnatic. Again, it's quiet from Fnatic. Little information given up here towards that ramp position. The smoke goes down in towards that jungle angle. Flashes over, missed out entirely. Crims gets caught, damaged up, but him and Brolin get those kills regardless. And WOXÍC can find a kill, but goes down very quickly after the fact. Now 2 players left over on that B site, really with no chance to make a round happen here. Fnatic, a very efficient take of the A sites.
Well, it's a very dry approach to start off, just swinging out wide, baiting the AWP to only a tag kill. And even in that situation, what I enjoy is the way that once they get that early info and Crims is able to deal with the stairs player, they kind of slow it down ever so slightly. And Alex peeks up at top stairs as Crims peeks back in from ramp, have that dual crossfire. Yeah, Calyx is going to find an exit kill onto Mezzi to try and do some further damage. The safe calls come out, Fnatic are finding 6.
Up on the T side line. Eternal Fire. Leave it and weep. 2 rifles that have to stay in here. The M4 and the FAMAS out. Fortunately for them, Fnatic are not going to go hunting. Their own economy is still in a bit of a state thanks to the losses that they've taken in the previous few rounds. Got to keep the cash in. Got to keep the money building to allow a confident economy line against Eternal Fire, and that would be enough to really ramp up the pressure against the Turkish squad. 6-3 for the time being, and that is the big pressurizing point. Fnatic doubling up the scoreline of the CT side.
Eternal Fire can't afford to be on the back foot approach for the rest of this half. They've got to keep pressure on, try and keep that scoreline tight. Money situation isn't great, so they'll be able to use those 2 rifles that get saved in to decent effect. Fnatic been very default heavy from them. Haven't seen many plays out to the B site in a while.
Good shot on Jakino. IMORR to fall. Pick found easy. Mezzi finds Calyx, a 5 versus 3. Fnatic fragging out on every individual they see, and they'll just work their way up to the A site. WOXİC ready with the USP, sees that AWP player, but just can't land a shot, and even then, the firepower potential, the damage output from these pistols will only be so high. Issa with the only hand cannon, the deagle out towards that B site. No real opportunities to really find anything against Fnatic right here. They're making their way up to that A player. We'll find WOXİC. Now look to Xantares to eliminate the last CT player on this defensive and get a clean, efficient 7th to the T-board.
And Messi starting to find some good form now on this T side and just add more numbers to the tally. Xantares trying to peek out from Issa from CT, and they're getting some chip damage in. They're doing something. And really, though, it doesn't seem like any frags are going to present itself. Fnatic turning this into 7.
And chip damage is only really great when you're looking for the kills themselves, when you're looking to hold defensive on the actual round and looking to take the round of its own right. But in this kind of a play, Eternal Fire looking to do damage to the economy game, and HP is only going to mean so much there in that respect. Xantares does find a kill on Brolin at least, so that's something. But Issa will not get given a second chance.
Now, over on the B stream as well, Saw versus Ori, we saw the Portuguese team going up 16-12 on Ancient into Overpass. It seems that the Swedes are doing very well, and you've got to imagine, Jay, that for a team like Aura, that could be one of the biggest upsets we have in the entire tournament if they're able to sneak a win in.
What a day it would be to see Ori in the RMR.
Imagine that. Imagine what it would feel like for those youngsters, all being 21 or younger.
Very similar situation to what we were talking about earlier with the Oppa side, not even really in that tier 2 conversation.
For sure.
Currently 8-0 according to my stream, so really Aura putting in the hard yards. Yeah, we don't have the live scoreboard, so if assuming it's 2 rounds ahead, we could be looking at a 10, anywhere from 8-2 to 10-0 right now for Aura.
Early prediction, future prediction.
Somewhere in that region of when I say this. So when you receive this, you'll be able to tell me whether I'm right or wrong. Tactical pause for Eternal Fire. I can tell you that that is definitely the case. Just saw it on screen. And Fnatic do have a gun round to contend with. What's the change of pace that Eternal Fire need? What's the thing that they discussed that's going to get them back on track?
Well, you've got to imagine an info play, some sort of aggressive move to find some sort of gaps in the offensive is what they need. Alex just slow walking into top core, timing, flash comes forward, still wins that fight completely blind. At least that trade comes forward, but now the B exec is out.
Alex dropping, Brolin gets a trade back onto Calix. IMORR at the short position, takes a face in, does find Crim somehow, and there's only nothing against the spray together, but Brolin has extended even further out towards the market doorway, catches that player, gets the bomb secured in a 3-on-2, and WOXİC and Issa gonna go back and save.
Honestly, they didn't really do a lot wrong in that round, Jay, and they still got punished for it. We saw that aggressive move coming through with the flash. That's just unfortunate, really, that Alex is able to get the continuous kill, being completely blind. IMORR's there for the trade, even follows up with a secondary kill. It's just the fact that Calix just got wide swung out to that truck position from Brolin and instantly fell, got no chance of even really doing damage. Another save, and it just feels as if Eternal Fire are just saving, because they're just so locked out of these rounds, they've got no other choice.
And what choice do you have when Fnatic are looking as good as they are and finding these picks so easily, getting a site control as easily as they are? Got to hold on to the weapons so you have some sort of basis to work in the next round, but even then, there's no cash here for Eternal Fire. There's no real force up. There could be a half buy and get the Deagles and the P250s around the M4s. Sitting on max loss bonus as well means that guns can come back in the next round. But obviously, this shouldn't be a round you could expect them to win. It looks like it'll be a very early set piece for Fnatic. Not going to waste any time getting into this bomb site. Tag up on Brolin for the Molotovs. This is going to keep them at bay for now.
Slightly quicker in terms of the position of where they are outside of the ramp control. Early top con smoke coming in. Messi being flashed out for Palace in case there is any aggressive sightline being taken. 2 players on A and the bomb actually trailing away from the A site.
Back up towards that apartment's face. Again, Alex has been holding down that angle. I mean, if Crims was the original lurker out towards that position, now he's taking onus of the bomb instead. Meds are going to lurk out of the Palace entrance, expect Eternal Fire to go for aggression, and they are kind of thinking about it here. Minute 2 the clock, and they're not going to act towards it. Fnatic are going to have to force the issue back in mid.
No smoke coming through for window just yet. holding on to a lot of the utility. Finally, top con going to get smoked off, and more thinking about a peek in. Perfect timing, because he can't see anything now.
Shot ringing out, giving away the info. Bit of a gap in that smoke for Alex to try to exploit. He doesn't see anything. And a hard rotate
gamble.
back to the B side. I don't know where the calls come from this one. Obviously, it is a gamble stack, you're right. But it's coming at the worst time in Fnatic, just now coming in with the execute.
It almost has the indication that it is going to be a B split in from the short and apps position, knowing that you smoke off Popcorn and from window itself. So you think to yourself, okay, we'll work with the slight info we have, we'll make a gamble, and more gets a 1-for-1 trade. Might as well have a crack at this.
We're gonna have guns in the next round, so full send. Let's see what you can do, boys. Flash over to allow Alex to peek. Captures Calyx, turns away and looks back in for Issa, who gives up the info that there's an M4 out towards CT. A 3 versus 3 with a nade on the AWP player. Jakino's going to be very, very low. Didn't see the CT at the gap in that smoke. Issa's very hard to spot. It is slight, but it's there for Jakino, and he's not going to take a shot back. He'll have to rotate away with his teammates. They clear out that connector position. Ensure there's no CTs that would try to go for anything cheeky. And get that life to the T-board.
I'm still on the fence ever so slightly about this save call. I can understand it. You want to keep the economy strong. You want to save onto the AK. It's just that you're running out of rounds to work with in this first half. And that really felt like the first time in a while that Eternal Fire could have made something possible. That they could have been in a situation where they put themselves in a round winner. And double AWPs are going to be coming through into round 13. They're running out of room to come back at 3-9 down.
Did see Fnatic let a bit of a lead go back in that previous map up to allow Eternal Fire a chance to do something in the second half. But this will be even more one-sided if this keeps going down the route of Fnatic. It's a kill to start off for IMORR. Double AWP set up in towards short. Jakino's AWP. Ooh, baits in WOXİC. Gets it back over towards danger. Sees that flashbang coming in. Tanks that in the face, trying to go for the blind shots, but they're not really going to connect here for the man. Brolin comes up with his kill. WOXİC burns him alive. 2-for-1 on the trades and Eternal Fire hold the round together. Xantares jumping up, seeing one player out of Palace will call that info. WOXİC will get tagged. And the nades will drive Fnatic back for now. Will they consider rotation? I think they want to continue to A.
And they have to. It's the only information they've got. They've still got a fair bit of util, so Jakino can smoke off top stairs or even top of con from that Tetris angle. And Moore is swinging very far out wide. This is aggressive, and he actually wins it.
Yeah, Jakino focused on the center of the site, not towards the peak coming in. Towards Con. Mezzi tagged up. 35 points of HP. Crims with a swing back, and IMORR can't land that flick, but neither can Crims get that kill. Finally comes forward for him as he grabs that AWP. 2v3 still. That bomb is basically committed to the A site at this stage. Back up for Mezzi's got to come in and support the man, but Mezzi is on 3 points of HP. Crims has got to find something out here. Do they think there's a rotation? There's one man back on the B side just in case. A re-smoke on. Fnatic taking their time to set this up. Xantares and WOXİC still have that crossfire. 20 to the clock. Flashbang in. WOXİC caught off. Xantares heard. Crims. He's going to get a kill. He's got to do it right now. Incendiary back. AWP sees that bomb crossing. Calyx is also out there. Taps forward. Tap that bomb once. Stick the whole thing. Flashbang in. Good kill for Mezzi. They just stick the bomb plant in. Crims set with a clutch, but WOXİC gets him quickly and gets the round for Eternal Fire.
They're in a difficult 2v3, and without the util, when they've already used that smoke, you've got a plant open for CT and just hope that the cross is going to be held. And it is, for the most part, Crims getting that bomb down. The cash ejection doesn't really make a big difference at all. It's just about creating chances on the side and trying to see if you can get that round to go your way. WOXİC with 3 with the AWP, and this is what we want to see from him, because he hasn't found the same level of success that he did on map 1.
Very important round for Eternal Fire to take again to try and stop Fnatic in this onslaught from this veteran team. From this T-side line, which has looked stellar so far. It's still on for 11-4 if they can make it happen. They've got a buyback into round 15 as well. The focus for the time being is going to be on getting this one together against IMORR. The aggression, Jakino sees the gap, but doesn't hit the shot. And doesn't get a second face either.
If they're going to peek forward out to the apartments, they need a flash. There's no way they can peek it in dry. Already with that information that IMORR is playing from there. He wants more, doesn't he? And we've seen from IMORR, he doesn't mind making those aggressive solo plays.
In 10. When does the peak begin? When does this round really kick up to gear? 60 seconds left. Continue watching for presence. Fnatic taking no damage, neither are Eternal Fire. Starting to spread back out to the mid control. Is there a rotation to A on the table?
It seems to be a B split, really. Brolin trying to sell the fake up into the top connector. Molly just getting distinguished. 2 players on B. Rotations are going to be slow. WOXİC's coming out in CT spawn.
Incendiary's on, trying to force Crims back. They're going to go for that wall bang. I think they might do, but they're not going to connect any kills. Smokes back, IMORR. To press out towards short as Fnatic going to make their way in towards apartments. Great flashes in, counter utility from the CT side. Orb of IMORR can reposition, look for that first kill, but can't catch the bomb carrier. Mezzi to enter back here. Calix can be seen. Great spray on the first round. IMORR gets his pick back, but flanked in by Brian. WOXİC can respond. 3 on 2. He's forced away. Bomb can go down here. Fnatic, man, disadvantage for the retake.
Resmoke going down to that market window position, just trying to buy some time. They need another fight, and WOXİC's waiting for the cross out to bench. The AWP finds a shot to Mezzi, and now it's down to Brolin.
Takes face, but WOXİC takes flight and takes frag to get the 5th to the board of Eternal Fire. A very difficult retake for him, but the AWP comes up with a triple. And they look to recover at least a bit of decency here on the CT side.
Well, the anchors do well, honestly. The way they're using the util in the apartments, even IMORR is getting flashed off and being forced back, he still creates a chance. Gets that 1 kill, Calix does the same. Yeah, it's not multi-frags for the B players, but it sets up the retakers. Oh, that AWP sequence coming in from WOXİC out from market was everything.
Fnatic. Final goodbye in for this half. WOXİC goes massive, and he has really stepped it up towards the end of this half. Another kill in against Alex. It doesn't last further than just that opening frag. It's traded so quickly by Fnatic. Now it's on the rest of the boys to keep this round together for Eternal Fire. 4v4, Issa looking to face forward. Mezzi and Crims might not be ready for this. Dry face is a bad idea, and they're about to find out why. Crims can respond.
And that's the first time we've seen the aggressive move in from ramp without a crossfire. Normally we've seen the AWP being posted, and with that AWP falling down very early into the aggressive mid position, Issa has to make a solo play. And Calix is just trying to clear out this mid position in case there was any kind of walk forward. Fnatic going to start leaning back over to the A side.
It's a fake. It's a fake. Smoke's on. Flash is going over, trying to indicate that they're going to go out for the A commitment. And they're drawing the CTs back. You think you might be right about that. There'll be no smokes to go down to connect to jungle and stairs. Calix, open angles, and Taurus down at dark. Fnatic have drawn the attention of Eternal Fire, and they're not going to let that attention go. Calix thinking there might be a backstab, thinking that there might be some sort of shenanigans involved. Or Petrakino scoped in all the way up here, trying to look for the CT side. Calix turned away from it, the wrong timing. He's let one player across. He won't let the second man go, though. Kill found. Zentaris still a linchpin element. Crims sneaking by. Can Zentaris read it? Can Calix get read upon as well? 17 seconds. Utility in. They're coming their way back out here. Crims gets caught by Zentaris. Drakino, no. AWP, 1v3. 10 seconds left. We'll find that first, but find no more. And Fnatic will be coming close to evens. 9-6 up as we head to the break. 3 rounds separate Fnatic in the lead against Eternal Fire. The T side half up to B for the Turkish side. And a little mini comeback towards the end of that half to make people still really coming alive there on this team. The question is, can they carry it on to the offensive side? It's a pistol to set them up and get the conversions involved as well with standard evens. Fnatic, Util and defuse over on Brolin. Util to set up towards that A.